After less than 3 weeks, I came back to Morocco. This turned out to be an unusual trip.
It's called Mandragon.
The first part was nothing unusual.
The best use in the nice, all nice boogie boogie.
But what I'm about to discover shocked me to the core. Compared to only 2 weeks ago visiting Casablanca for the first time, my second trip to Morocco turns out to be the wildest ride of my life. This is really probably my only hope. This time, I visited Tangier, Morocco with new friends from my digital nomad conference in Tarifa, Spain. And we're running into dead ends everywhere. He is gonna give me a surprise. A nasty surprise. Before we get to the nasty surprise, let's relive the wild fun that's on every corner of the streets in Tangier. Hello everyone! Today I am in Tangier, Morocco with my group of digital nomad friends. Right now, people behind us are taking photos of camels, and it's unclear if it costs money to take photos or not. So we're just trying to be safe, not taking photos. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned visiting Morocco twice is everything someone approaches you with or volunteers to do costs money, including rushing to help you with your luggage while you're perfectly capable of doing it yourself. So if you don't want to spend any money, remember to politely but firmly refuse. Of course, there's one thing that none of us could refuse, and that is Moroccan pastry. I've had my fair share of great pastries in my life in Europe, but Moroccan pastry hits different. My fellow nomad friend Bethany walked out of the pastry shop with a surprise for all of us. This is amazing. This is a dumpling-like pastry that Bethany just got, and it tastes so amazing. And we still need to calculate how much it actually costs. It's really, really affordable because Bethany paid €20 and she got a lot of money, a lot of change back. This almost never happens. They seem to be very honest. What's surprising but also not surprising is that Moroccan pastries have just the right amount of sweetness. It's such a refreshing taste after having been traumatized by grossly sweet pastries I've unfortunately had in the US. Speaking of surprise, I had another one coming for me from fellow nomad friend Stefanos. There's a strange man who photobombed me. Here. Here. We found out we're both going to Bansko Nomad Fest in Bulgaria later this summer. Oh, this strange man, I'm going to meet him again in 2 months, and he is going to give me a surprise. A nasty surprise, probably.
I'm gonna give you a surprise introduction during Bansko Nomad Fest.
Yes. All right, I'm prepared. As we approached the ancient Medina of Tangier, a very real surprise was waiting for me. This turns out to be an actual nasty surprise. Well, that is if you have the same phobia as myself. Photobombed! Oh no, there's a snake there. Do you know that? So here's the situation. We're watching some street performers in the back, and there's a snake sitting in front of the performers. And I'm deathly afraid of snakes, so I'm gonna have to walk away. But this place is really, really beautiful. Well, the good thing is, after the nasty surprise, we were greeted with a pleasant surprise from our tour guide. He gave us an impromptu language lesson introducing us to the Berber language that's native to Morocco.
Tangier. In Arabic, it's from right to left.
Enough with the surprises. Now, as we traverse the meandering streets of the Medina, we were finally having some peace enjoying the old town of Tangier until this realization came to mind. So we're currently walking in the residential neighborhood, and it is so cool to see how people live. But at the same time, because these streets are so narrow, I also feel like we're disrupting their everyday life. And we're definitely in the way because some people are like, please, we need to pass. And as a side note, in case you haven't noticed, Muslim countries are heaven for cat lovers because they're admired for their cleanliness. We see cats everywhere on the streets. Finally, at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we were taken to a very late lunch at a very traditional tourist restaurant. Although the food was decent, we were quite disappointed by another aspect of our meal.
Oh my god, we're gonna starve. That's the food.
I guess so. That's just two. So you're right, it's not gonna be enough. The portion was so small, some big eaters who move around a lot just can't get enough. Any leftovers?
Are you gonna drink that?
After a less than satisfying meal, we got treated to some real old school tourist trick, being taken into a shop with kickbacks to the tour company against our will. But never in a million years would I have expected what was about to happen in this tourist pharmacy.
It's called mandragon. The mandragon, you take one stick, a glass hot water, and you drink it. But the best use in the nice, all nice boogie boogie. Make you digestion and also stop the wind. Like, you drink it in the morning, you don't get it fat.
Apparently, there's a Moroccan solution for every illness on the planet, all available. We'll see how it goes. But that pharmacist is the best showman I've seen in a while, who happens to not be in entertainment, but works in a pharmacy. The tour guide took us to another shop, trying to get us to spend more money, and the whole group revolted. So now we just left the place and not sure where we're going now. But it didn't take long before we ran into some more fun stuff on the lively streets of the Medina. We ran into a local wedding procession and some fun street performers all competing for audience on the same bustling street. The story of this trip would have ended here, as we wrapped up the tour and headed back to the port for the return ferry. But for me, it took a sudden turn. So sudden that I was left stranded in Morocco alone without any of my belongings, while the rest of my tour group got back to Europe. An unfortunate event happened last night when I was at the border trying to get back to Spain from Morocco after my day trip. The result is I'm currently stuck in Morocco. No further notice. What happened was I didn't pay attention to my Schengen visa. As someone who holds a Chinese passport, I have to get a visa to enter most countries. Well, luckily Morocco is not one of them. We can enter here visa-free for 90 days. But turns out my visa was single entry only, whereas my previous Schengen visas have always been multi-entry. So I was held up at the border, and they told me that I have to contact the Spanish consulate to get another visa. My reality changed in the split of a second because of my own mistake. But as adversity sets in, so did kindness. My digital nomad community sprung into immediate action to help me, which I didn't expect at all because I only met them 2 weeks ago. I was given cash and snacks at the border. My friend Steven asked me to leave him my Airbnb keys so that my belongings can be collected. I was offered translation help. My brain was completely paralyzed during those initial moments. But my new community became my lifeline, and I was able to spring back into action to get myself unstuck. In the meantime, I got myself a hotel and came up with an 8-step plan to regain entry into Europe. But I had to wait until the weekend is over to try my luck again at the consulate. Meanwhile, a few of my digital nomad friends stayed longer in Morocco for separate smaller group trips, and several of them extended or adjusted their stay to keep me company while I problem solve. Day 3 of getting stranded in Morocco.
In Tangier.
Exactly. But Bethany is with me, thank God. She translated in French for me at the consulate.
Yep.
But I still have no answer, so my battle with the non-functional nature of Morocco continues.
Yes, it does.
And now we're heading to a hammam.
We need to relax after this.
Exactly, which neither of us has been to, so let's go. Before our hammam treatment, the boutique hotel provided quite an unexpected and spectacular breakfast experience. Bethany, she's the queen of scouting.
Yes.
Premium locations that are actually
relatively affordable.
Yes.
Let's say. So we're in this honeymoon spot
We are,
with a breathtaking view of the sea.
which we'll show you in a second. Yes, it's
Exactly.
gorgeous.
And turns out they have €6 breakfast, and we think it's going to be great.
Yeah, we walked in, we smelled the incense of the hammam. We're gonna get a spa
Smells
treatment.
amazing.
It's gonna be so good. We're so excited.
It's literally the full honeymoon.
Yes. So happy honeymoon, honey.
Love you.
Love you too.
After Bethany left, Alex from our conference took the ferry and delivered my suitcases for me so that I can have change of clothes after 5 days of being stranded. He stayed for a few hours in Tangier with me. Together, we stumbled upon a local fish market with the biggest wild-caught fishes I've ever seen in my life. And right next door, we found a super local restaurant with only Arabic menu offering dishes made from the wild-caught fishes from the market. So now the feast has started. So yours is chopped up. Why is mine so much bigger?
Now you have a different fish. Mine is like a bigger fish that they...
Oh, it's chopped up. Yeah. Meanwhile, at night, the festivities don't seem to stop in this lively city. I randomly ran into another celebration that attracted huge crowds right in front of my hotel. I thought that was a wedding, but turns out it was more of a coming-of-age celebration for a boy, according to locals. After Alex left, things took a positive turn. After multiple attempts at contacting the consulate through email and phone calls, Bori from my conference finally helped me locate a person who said I could come in. After yet another round of struggle at the gate attempting to communicate with Arabic-speaking guards through Google Translate, I was admitted into the consulate and received my re-entry visa on the spot.
This morning, I got my visa back to Spain. Yay! It was such an unexpected journey because normally visas take at least a week, if not more, to process. But because of my special circumstances, they actually printed it right there within 20 minutes for me. And I cannot be more thankful because this could have gone a lot worse. Within this week, I was able to get to know the local life in Tangier unexpectedly, but also meet up with several people who stayed behind in Morocco.
The final group I unexpectedly met up with was Miriam and Eric from our conference, who also stayed behind to travel more and were so kind to treat me to a celebration dinner.
Thank you so much. So I'll explain the situation. I'm eating this entire raspberry cake, sharing with these two lovely people who are celebrating, helping me celebrate that I am finally free to re-enter Spain after a hellish, actually not hellish, it's pretty good.
Adventurous.
Exactly, an adventurous week in Morocco unexpectedly. I really love meeting Miriam and Eric. They're from the conference as well, and they're my role model. They're experienced travelers, so so lovely.
My unexpected week being stranded in Tangier, Morocco got a happy ending entirely thanks to the immense kindness from my digital nomad community. I left Morocco with a new love for this country, deeper understanding of daily lives here, and a renewed appreciation for humanity. We're all fortunate to call this world our home together at the same time, after all.
I just met these people 2 weeks ago. Most of them I haven't exchanged that much conversation with yet they jump on the phone with me, they text me, they offer referrals for me, helping me with the situations that they really are not affected by. I really feel like I have found my community, which is such a huge blessing. And I cannot say thank you enough to all the people who have reached out. Even if there's nothing you could do to help, I remember every one of you.
Stay tuned for a new episode where I'll show you what crazy things happened at my digital nomad conference back in Spain.